your life. Welcome to the Sphere. This episode is sponsored by KOG and Company. Are your unique gifts and talents changing the world? Do you desire to belong to a community of unity? Visit KOGpassion.com to learn more about the Unleash Your Dopeness movement. Looking to advertise? Join the Sphere's vast demographic reach of thousands of people all over the world. Send an email today to advertise@thesphere.tv or call us at area code 832-772-7789. Houston Housewives of Finance. For more information on increasing your cash flow, becoming your own money manager, and to schedule your complimentary personal finance strategy, contact the Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463.
And you've tuned into G is for Gentlemen. Do me a quick favor. Go to Instagram, go to Twitter, even go to my website, SeñorWapo.com or at SeñorWapo713 on all social media outlets and hit that follow button. Sígame. And we want you to stay tuned in and stay connected to everything I have going on, everything we have going on here at the Sphere. And I got a great show set up for you. You know, here at the Sphere and G is for Gentlemen, we like to talk about all things gentlemanly, using style, using fashion as the thread that weaves together gentlemanly culture. And one thing that I've known in my 36 years is to be a gentleman, you have to look the part, you have to be the part, and you also have to know your business, you have to know your education, you have to be about your community. And our guests today are about all of those things. They need no introduction, but I will do that because, you know, greatness sometimes is hard to introduce. You know, when you're sitting next to giants, you're sitting next to the folks that are movers and shakers and really doing things in the world and in the community, it can be intimidating and daunting, but not for your boy, because I really am that guy. But so I have a stylist extraordinaire. I have philanthropist. I have business owner. I have a woman of the community, Jamay Fishback. What's going on? How are you?
Yes, I'm blessed. I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you for coming and hanging out. And we got our brother, we got our friend, the policy guy, I'm gonna call you the dapper mayor.
That was
dapper mayor. My God, he's no stranger to the network. John Guest, what's up, baby?
What it do, man?
How are you?
I'm been better, but I'm here.
Yeah, appreciate it,
pushing
man. We appreciate
through.
you pushing through. You guys pushing through, representing career gear.
Yes.
For sure. So before we start getting into career gear, you know, this is the title of the show is G is for Gentlemen, and as I said, we want to talk all things gentlemanly. So I want to hear from both of you guys, okay, individually on this one, right? Define gentleman. What's a gentleman to Jamay?
Oh,
A gentleman is a persona to me.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Okay.
It's a persona. So a gentleman definitely can be someone that you look and you see those gentleman qualities. But to me, a gentleman is a persona. A gentleman is my husband who hasn't forgotten that chivalry still exists and opens doors and puts me in the car and gets mad if I get out without his help. That's a gentleman. A gentleman definitely cares about his appearance. But I think a gentleman is also someone who is just an example in our community. I think a gentleman is someone who reaches back to bring our youth up and continues to set an example for all those that he comes in contact with.
You got to follow that.
Yeah, I was about to say, you asked me first.
I was being a gentleman and asking the lady first.
Exactly.
I got nothing,
What
man.
do you
nothing.
have to add?
Nothing, man. She hit it on the head, man. The only thing I would probably add to that is a gentleman knows his spiritual foundation and gives those props when it's due.
Yes.
But I think Jamay summarize that.
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
well.
I mean, that was good.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it really was. I'm gonna go back and
It's one of my favorite subjects.
listen to it. I hear.
Yeah,
You know, I
really.
identify with it because
Yeah.
I'm the guy. If I'm walking up and I see a group of women and I'm like, not even a half a step behind, don't touch that door.
Yep.
And they jump. I literally they'll stop.
Yep.
They'll jump. And they're like, I didn't even see you back there. No, I don't care. I'm here now. So
Yep.
don't you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I just I endeavor and I promise my wife and all my family that my 6-week-old son,
Yes.
that I will impart that into him from Jump Street. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? What gentlemanly
Yep.
culture and a mindset of being a gentleman is.
And that's where it starts. And
Yeah.
he should see you doing that as an example. I'm so thankful that my 17-year-old is that same way with me. Now, if my husband's not putting me in the car, then he's doing it.
Right.
You know, so there's no beat miss. And even, you know, sometimes in our culture now, my son James will step up to open the door for, you know, a stranger at the grocery store or
Yeah.
wherever. And they're like surprised. They're like,
Agreed,
you
yes.
know, and
Absolutely.
you know, and it's sad, honestly, that it's
absolutely.
become, you know, him wanting to help an old lady put groceries in the car has become like, what
I get it all the time,
Yep.
John. You know, when people, they're shocked. Like, wait, you asked
Yeah.
me to help?
Yeah.
Listen, I was raised that way. I can't help it.
Yeah, same here. Yeah.
I really can't help it.
Yeah, salute to the men who kept that practice up.
Yes. Yes.
For sure.
Yep.
For sure.
My father was one. My grandfather was one. The men in my family continue to be. I look at my brother-in-law today.
Yep.
As I, you know, my oldest niece just graduated this past week, and
Shout out.
Yeah.
Congrats, man.
Yes.
Make you
Class
feel
of
old, don't it?
2018.
oh man, it does.
Right?
It does.
A gentleman ages.
That
He
was
doesn't get
18
old.
years
Ages.
ago.
There's a difference.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
no, but she will go to her college of choice, knowing what a gentleman is.
What to expect, and that's what I
Yes.
love about it. See, that's key to me right
Yep.
there.
That's
As the father of a daughter, man, that's key to me. I want my daughter to have an expectation because she's gonna have one regardless,
Yep.
whether I said it intentionally
Oh,
or
yeah,
not.
no. Yeah,
she's
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
say this is what I've seen and what I'm used to.
Yep.
You
And
see
it-
what I'm saying? If it's good
Yep.
or bad.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying?
I was just about to say, and it's important that you set that narrative.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I think all fathers should set that narrative. You know,
And that she sees and we point out the good and the bad.
Oh,
You know,
absolutely.
because that's how you know what's right.
Agreed, for sure. So, give us, Jamay. You are a stylist. You
Yes.
are. Give us your background. How did you get into that? Where did that start? What's the
So
genesis?
I was working for a really small nonprofit organization here in Houston, which I won't say the name of, but it's really small. And I just got fed up with, politics and all this other stuff. And I just really wanted to help people. And so I left that job, had the opportunity to start working with just some of my friends who were doing different things and needed help with their attire. And I said, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And so I just decided that men's fashion was something that I could help with, that, there's a lot of men that needed some extra help in putting outfits together. And so I signed on with a couple custom retailers, custom makers, kind of did my weave through that, found one
Right.
that I really liked, and just skyrocketed from there.
Wow.
And so I've been fortunate to dress, just men on every level
Yeah.
in life, celebrities all the way down to just your corporate man who just is trying to get the promotion.
Right, exactly. Look like the CEO so he can get
Exactly,
there.
so he can be the CEO.
For sure,
Yep.
for sure.
Yep.
That's amazing. I think that's what's beautiful about being in style. A lot of my clients, when I first would have consultations with them, they're like, I don't even know why I'm meeting with you because I don't think I need a stylist. I can't afford a stylist. I'm like, no. You do.
Yeah.
You need one.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you right now to let you know
Right.
you need one.
Yeah.
I went to
Yeah.
your Instagram before we met, and
Right.
you need one, bro.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But it's not a Hollywood thing.
Nope.
It's just I liken it to a barber,
Yeah.
or a hairstylist,
Yep.
right? Or a nail tech. It's just somebody that can. If you're good enough, you can learn how to cut your own hair.
Exactly.
We shave
Exactly.
ourselves.
Right.
So
Right.
at the end of the day, we can figure out. We boss, it was easy to cut our hair, but when we had it, John, we can figure out how to do it. But,
Absolutely.
But
Yeah.
but somebody who has a better eye or attention to detail that's trained.
Right.
Talk about your training in that as well.
Right. The first part of my training was simply just understanding men's fashion, the sizing, how different makers made things to fit different ways. I think that's the biggest thing as a stylist. If you can grasp that, then you're going to be really successful making sure that your clients look appropriate. Skinny suits aren't for every build. So you got to
Can you
make
run
sure
that
that
one
you
back?
know and
Can you-
understand. Okay, sorry. One more time.
Yeah, say that
Skinny
one more time.
suits aren't for every man.
Third time for the Holy Ghost.
Yes, skinny suits not for every man.
They're not.
They're not. They're
They're
not.
not.
They're not. And every trend isn't for every man to try to
Right.
put into place either. I mean, I got some clients, they still need to wear pleated front pants.
Yeah,
It just
they
is
hippie.
what it
They
is.
need it,
Yeah,
yeah.
they just so
Pockets be poking all out because they hippie like you
right.
need a pleat, brother.
Exactly. So teaching them just those basics and how those items are gonna wear, I think was a big thing. And now it's just an honor to work with the nonprofit in addition to that, and be able to have clients that come in and are like, hey, I'm working this job now and I got this to go to. I just had a guy who's came through our veteran program, and he's got a deal to go through to in Atlanta for his label. And he's like, I don't know what to wear. I mean, almost in tears.
Yeah.
This, Air Force veteran, almost in tears because
Yeah.
he just doesn't know what to wear, but he loves his music and he's doing well in it. And being able to get him in a couple key pieces, and he left out like, thank you
Right.
just for that.
And what's amazing about that is the seed that's dropped, because
Yep.
now they want to go
Yep.
and do more. Now
Yep.
they want to go buy more and learn
Definitely.
more. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Text you with some more information or email you,
Exactly.
tag you on a pic.
Exactly.
Yo, this is what I look like.
Yes.
And
isn't that so rewarding
Yeah, it
as a
is.
stylist?
It
I mean,
is.
that is so rewarding as a stylist. That day that I get the picture of someone's watch, shirt sleeve, and jacket sleeve, and they're like, look, it's perfect. Because
Right.
he's sitting in a meeting and looked down and saw his wrist
Yeah.
and was like, it's perfect.
It's perfect, yeah.
Those are those moments where you're like, yeah,
It
you're
is.
paying attention. I've taught you well. You
Yeah.
look great. Job
Yeah.
well done.
Absolutely.
Yeah, on
And now
top.
you're my billboard because you're gonna tell somebody
Exactly.
else. 'Cause you're gonna tell somebody else about me.
Referrals just start coming in, and that's really what it is. I mean,
is.
that's how this business works.
It
You do
really
a good
is.
job for your clients, and they continue to help you build your business.
Agreed. So John, you're known. You're in the public sector, but in the public sector, you're known as one of the guys that when Ford comes, when JG Ford comes through, y'all better watch out. You're a sizable man. You're athletic, and so that helps to a degree.
Yeah.
And I need to do a show
Stature.
about that. Yeah.
Yes, we do. That would be great.
But where did all that sauce come from? Where did that originate with you, man?
Man, much like me, the sauce is homegrown, man. My father, John Guest III, is a pretty dapper guy himself.
Indeed he is.
Yes, he is.
Indeed he is.
I co-sign.
And I co-sign that co-sign.
And so, I've never, since I was, I would have to say at least 5 or 6, I can remember going to church in suits. I never wore like Oshkosh, to church. I
No?
literally, it was a clip-on tie and the
vest.
suit.
And
The suit. And as I got older, that clip-on went to a real one, and so on and so forth. And I just remember, getting up, going to school, and watching him, leave out the door with the briefcase, and I was like, that's
fly.
Yeah. I mean, that's and I think that's probably one of the biggest compliments that you can give to a father is when you want to copy him.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
And so
son, please, when you ever see this, copy your pops.
Yes.
Copy your old man. Make me feel good. You know what I'm saying?
and so I did. I tried to emulate, and I can't believe I'm saying this now, but I tried to emulate him as much as I possibly can. And it really was a village, because he would take me to other places where men looked like him.
Yeah.
So, I could see, at that time, a Lee Brown,
Yeah.
a Rodney Ellis, a Anthony Hall,
Yep.
Tony Chase, people who are,
Examples of a gentleman.
Yeah.
people who are in the community that, you may not know who they are, but the people in the room definitely know who they are.
And you've benefited by what they've done, and you don't even know
Yeah,
it.
you don't even know it.
Exactly.
You don't even know
Rodney
it.
Ellis out here just killing the game.
Right.
People just benefiting like crazy off
Right.
of all of his work.
Yeah,
he's doing.
absolutely.
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah.
So that's I truly, it was truly homegrown. My
Yeah.
dad never left the house, looking any kind of way.
Listen, I tell you, man, that's so dope, man.
Ditto.
That's an amazingly dope story, and it's something that you said that I want to address. But first, we got to talk about a dope company that's known as KOGN Company. Are your unique gifts and talents changing the world? Unleash Your Dopeness is a people empowerment movement built to encourage the masses to operate outside of their fears and have the gall to recklessly pursue their dreams and passions in life. Join thousands of others as we unlock the greatness that's inside. Shop dope gear at kogpassion.com. That's kogpassion.com. And use the coupon code DOPE with an exclamation mark for 10% off of exclusive Unleash Your Dopeness apparel. Act now, Alrita. The sizes are selling out fast. And, you said something that's really key, I think, about being a gentleman. Well, what is gentlemanly, John? And is that Pops, he puts you around those guys.
Oh, yeah.
So without him even really knowing it, those are his colleagues. Right. So yeah, you were coming along to the meetings and you were sitting in the back or you were at church. But as parents, and you're a parent, we forget sometimes how much our kids are
looking at.
Yeah,
they soaking everything. They environment, words, music, sounds, smells. They're soaking it up, and that's kind of what happened with you, right?
Absolutely. I mean, I was, it was funny because I can't ever remember when I didn't have the mindset of a first impression, because my dad told me that a while ago. Even, whatever the trend was, that was the wave I was on. I remember freshman year at Westbury High School, I had on a polo shirt tucked in with my matching polo, boat shoes to match the color of the shirt.
Absolutely.
Of the college
That's
shirt.
what it was.
Yep.
And it wasn't anybody at Westbury dressing like that. I mean, if you didn't have starch and iron jeans with the sharp crease and, whatever big shirt that was, you were an outcast.
Not the big shirt, John.
Oh, there was the big shirt, the for us by us.
Yeah, the FUBU. What do you mean?
The big shirt.
Absolutely.
4 X's and was popping, but with the piece and chain, the coin one.
Yeah.
Stop.
The coin one. But that was never my wave.
Why are you talking about my high school experience?
Exactly.
Right now,
Stop it.
Right.
Stop it. Nightmares of that stuff.
Absolutely.
That was never my wave. My wave was always prep. Whatever the wave was, it was always different and it was clean cut.
It was John Guest.
Yeah, it was.
That's the thing about style. It's personal.
Yeah,
it is you,
absolutely.
and you wear it, and
Absolutely.
you're you, and nobody can come against you.
Yeah,
with that.
Yeah, for
Same
sure.
thing with my dad. My dad was the same way. I mean, he was a Vietnam veteran, so he had a lot of suits made when he was over in Vietnam, custom. I mean, I grew up thinking every man had his jacket, his name inside his jacket.
Right.
I just thought
what
that
you saw.
because that's just what I saw.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
and that was really my first introduction to men's fashion, where I fell in love with it.
So I got a question for you that's not on the list.
Okay.
Not like you saw this before because you just said something, right? So what is it? Because this is what we do. Like we talk, talk to our producers. We'll go off beat in a minute, and we won't talk style for the rest of the 30-minute show because I think it's all gentlemanly.
Yeah.
But talk to us about, and our listeners and our readers, or our viewers rather, about how your father set that up for you unknowingly, like the expectations of what you thought a man was supposed to be.
Definitely.
You see what I'm saying?
Definitely. Well, I think the first thing, I literally thought every man had his name inside of his jacket because everything Dad wore had James W. Fishback or his initials. I'll never forget the green velvet jacket.
Nice.
With the gold JWF on the pocket.
Was that master's jacket?
Oh,
it's like
it
a
was,
master's
yeah,
jacket.
It was. Totally. But I think that's really where he set that. It was, the Chris shirt, tie. And I thought every man knew how to tie a tie, too. I mean, these are just things I just thought, I watched him teach my brother how to tie his tie. I remember the first time I saw somebody's jacket and had a label in it, and I said, that's not your name. And got looked at like I was crazy, but I think I was like 7.
Right.
But I think that's what he did. No matter what it was, he's just always crisp, clean, and it always went together. It always made sense.
Yeah, and I mean that's, as parents and as adults, period, we give an ideology to different people that are under us and below us who we're raising up, we're around, mentoring, etc. That they eventually subscribe to, right? Yeah. And we have some subscribers too. Yeah. And we want more. And some of them are on Facebook Live right now. We want you to subscribe to our show on all the major platforms, including iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, Stitcher, Spreaker, iHeartRadio. Holler at us on YouTube. I said SoundCloud already. Yeah. And review our show in iTunes with constructive feedback. Be nice. Share this Facebook Live post and the entire show with your family and friends, and donate to our mission to bring enriched and inspiring content each and every week. You can donate at www.thesphere.com. twitch.tv/, that's the one that leans to the right, donate. Shout out to Dorian. What's up? Jeff Chardine, appreciate
Hey,
it.
Herbie.
Jay, what's up, Hubs? Thank you for lending it to us, man. He said he needs a green velvet jacket now. That's what's up.
That was Daddy.
Very smart, brother. Mike, what's up, big bro? We appreciate you guys tuning in, and make sure you guys check out the rest of the podcast when it goes live. And to do that, you have to hit subscribe. We'll see you soon. Now, let's switch gears for a minute.
Okay.
Career gear.
Yes.
Let's talk about career gear.
Yeah.
You are, I'm gonna say you the HNIC right now. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. And you are a board member, John.
Yeah.
So tell us, both of you guys, whoever wants this, give us a little bit more about the capacity and what you do and what the organization actually is.
Sure. So coming from nonprofit, I missed that give back. So I was styling, I was doing really good, and I realized, looked up one day, and in my garage, I had a rack full of suits that I had taken out of closets clients, just suits they shouldn't be wearing anymore.
Right.
And I said, Lord, what do I do with these suits? And I just clearly heard, put them on the back of a veteran who's transitioned out of the military and needs his new uniform.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, okay, new uniform. And I thought, my dad had his dress blues when he was in the Marines, and then, went to the suits when he was professional. And so that's really where the inspiration came from for me. Got on Google, found that there was an organization in New York, Career Gear, said, hey, how do we get one going here? Long story short, started volunteering, just dressing men. They were going to close December of 2013. I said, no, we're going to keep it open. And 3 months later, March of 2014, they asked me to be executive director. Was not what I was trying to do. Right. I was just really enjoying styling. But it was a calling. It was a calling that went along with the passion I already had. Yeah. And it just really matched up, and it was just a perfect match.
It's so true when the book says your gifts will make room for you.
Yes.
Because out of your gift of styling, you know what I'm saying, you were able to really get back into a purposed field position. You know what I'm saying?
And it's amazing. Like, I think about the lives we've been able to touch.
Yeah.
I mean, over 10,000 men and male youth in the last 4 years. Really, even just saying that now is just like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But the children that go along with that, the wives that go along with that, it's an amazing mission.
Because what you guys are doing, John, is once Pops gets his chest stuck out because he feels great. He's about to go get to this interview. Yep. He just got this new job.
Yep.
Then son sees it.
Exactly.
And wife sees it.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's a trickle down effect.
It
man.
is.
So as a board member, man, talk to us about how passionate about the organization you are.
Well, it's a labor of love for me. Most people don't know that Jamay and I go back to Westbury High School.
Yeah.
Wow.
Where I first met her.
Yeah.
For me, fashion is probably one of my other biggest hobbies that I like to partake in, as far as shopping and looking at what's going on. But most importantly, the passion comes from the fact that being a Texas Southern grad, I would go and speak to the School of Business on a regular, as well as taught at the school for a semester or so. And going back to what I was talking about first impressions, a lot of the students were book smart.
Yeah.
But it's more than just being book smart.
You got to get in the door first.
You got to get in the door.
Yep.
And
if you walk up to the door looking crazy, they don't
you're not
open
gonna
it.
Get in
Exactly.
Turn you away from the book.
Exactly.
I think one of the first things
especially
that
with this skin.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Come on.
I mean, it's look, listen, that's a whole different show
Tell
itself.
them. Okay, don't start that one.
But I think one of the first things, because Jamay didn't really have to twist my arm. I think one of the first things I told her, my initial reaction was doing something for young black men, period.
Yeah.
Just because of what the statistics say of there being an absence of a father. Because I was, my first thought was, man, how could you? And then my second thought followed behind it was, well, he just hadn't been taught.
Right.
Yeah. No
he doesn't
exposure.
know.
Yep.
And if you're not exposed, how can I expect you to already have something that, for me, just inherently got because I had a father that was there.
You saw for 18 years. In the
yeah,
house.
no, absolutely,
Right.
absolutely.
Exactly.
And so for me, that's the passion. And then the initial passion came from just wanting to help young people. And then once I got on the board and started seeing, it opened my eyes as to a whole different population of men who need servicing.
Yeah.
And after that, it is just as many times as I can pump up the organization. I do. Not just as a board member, but just because of the simple fact that it's a necessary need for men. There are, and Jamay can touch on this, there are so many programs for women, children, and pets, but it's hard to find for men.
Yep.
And especially
we're supposed to have it together. We're supposed
absolutely.
supposed to bootstrap ourselves and figure it out.
Pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's a false narrative.
Agreed.
Totally.
Facts.
Because a lot of men don't have boots.
Absolutely.
And if they have straps, they might not even know how to
They don't.
tie it.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
they didn't have that down there.
Exactly.
So,
And so
That was a great pun. Very
Very
good.
much so. Very much so.
It's true.
It's
So
true.
true.
It's real talk. So it services the community, and I've always been a part of whatever I can do. For the city, I'm on it.
So I'm gonna put you on the spot again, Jamay.
Sure.
Give me one story that kind of sticks out, like
Okay, so my very first week volunteering at Courier. This was back in October 2013. I was getting ready to do a big fashion show that I was doing every year at that point. And I thought, okay, I'm going to have the fashion show benefit Courier gear. So I go in to volunteer, and this kid walks up to me. I think he was like 24 years old. Had a wife beater shirt on. Said fresh meat on it with a barcode.
Whoa.
Oh, all right, bro.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So I was kind of like, okay, we definitely need to get you out of that because that's not going to be interview appropriate.
Right.
And
Well, that period.
no, exactly.
Fresh meat,
exactly.
Getting scanned up. What's good?
Yeah,
son?
I know. I was like, whoa, where are we going with that? Yes. So I call him Fresh Meat. This is my first client I ever worked with at Courier, Fresh Meat. So I get Fresh Meat in a couple brand new suits. We had a really great relationship with the Men's Warehouse that donate amazing items to us. So thank you to them for that. But was able to get him in 2 brand new suits. And, brand new suit, the pants aren't hemmed. Mm-hmm. So I told him, I said, okay, I'm going to get you in these. We're going to iron this in. I don't have anything to do tailoring. Of course, now we got a full tailoring station. Shout out to Fabrice for all her beautiful tailoring work at Courier Gear. But, we didn't have all that. And so I told him to come back. I said, I need you to come back next Friday so I can hem your pants. I'm going to bring something to do it. Sure enough, Fresh Meat came walking in, and every time I tell this story, I start to feel it. So if I get there, I'm sorry.
It's all good. Go there.
Fresh Meat came in, and he had his pants on a hanger, and he said, ma'am, I went ahead and wore the suits anyways. And he said, I walked into Walmart to just put in an application, and he said, they treated me like I was more than just a number. And I just paused. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, what does that mean? Like, they treated me like I was more than just a number. And I'm ironing these pants and doing this hem, and I'm thinking, I still don't understand that. Mm-hmm. So I dug in. I said, what does that mean? And he said, well, ma'am, I'm just getting out of prison. Mm. And I said, how old are you? He's like, 24. I'm like, I was just like flabbergasted. I'm like, how does this happen? So he's like, I'm just trying to get a job so I get my family out of Cleveland. And I said, your family? I said, well, how many kids do you have? He said, no, I don't have no kids. He said, my mom and my sister. Mm. He said, I want to get them out of Cleveland so my sister can have a better shot at life. Wow. Oh, wow. And I was like, this man is in here trying to get a job so he can get his mom and his sister. Yeah. Not get the new J's.
Yeah.
He's
being a real man.
He is trying to be G is for gentlemen.
G is for gentlemen.
And so I said, wow. And I was done.
That's powerful.
I was done.
That's awesome.
That is so powerful.
Yeah, I was done with that one. And Fresh Meat, he'll always be that one for me.
Yeah. That's amazing, man. That's amazing. So let's talk business. You were talking, I got like 50,000 things going in my head, but I'm gonna stick to this because, wow. Let's talk business attire for a second.
Sure.
Let's talk business attire. Give us what are the basics that you teach your clients that come in?
White dress shirt.
Yep.
You gotta have, G is for gentlemen. Every gentleman out there, you have to have a clean white dress shirt in your closet.
Hey, can I just add to that?
Add what you want, brother.
Have more than one
I was
white
about
shirt.
to say you can have about 4 or 5
Yes.
Because it's Houston and it's hot.
Have
sweat
more.
Sweat stains.
Yes. Have more than one white shirt.
You gotta start with the basics. You gotta have a white dress shirt. Mm-hmm. Do not buy a black suit for your first suit.
Right.
That is not a first suit.
Facts.
Your first suit needs to be charcoal gray or navy blue. That is where we start.
I need y'all to listen to me. I didn't prep her. I didn't ask her anything. None of that. This is just what it is.
Hey, can I add to that too?
Please.
Traditional navy blue suit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Traditional.
Yes.
Yeah, navy that you
Not-
got to look at hard.
Yeah,
say,
yeah.
is it navy or
Navy
black?
black.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Traditional
Yes.
navy blue suit.
Light blue dress shirts. Those
Yes.
are going to be your basics. So if you can get three whites, 2 light blues, I say that's good when you're getting started. Navy blue dress suit, navy blue charcoal suit. And then if we want to start breaking down into some sports coats and
Right.
trousers, we can go from there. But
Right,
those are the basics. And that's what we give every man that comes into Career Gear. We strive to give them each 2 suits, navy blue, charcoal gray, white dress shirt, navy blue dress shirt. May mix in some very simple sports shirt stripes or something like that, depending on the industry that they're going to work in. But it's basics. And I tell my clients all the time, I know that you may have style like my brother over here, but right now we're just trying to get you a job.
Keep it simple.
So let's just kiss. Let's
Keep
just
it
kiss
simple.
right here.
Keep it simple,
Keep
sir.
it simple, sir. Yes.
Keep it simple,
and
sir.
let's get you this job, and then you can wear whatever you want to wear. So you don't have to love it right now. You don't even have to like it, but you got to wear it so you can get this job.
And if I may add, just to remind everyone that's listening and watching, one pair of brown dress shoes and one pair of black ones.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Because what happens is once you have these options, at that point, I got a graphic I'm gonna email you.
Okay.
Where you can take I think it's 24 pieces and create like 113 different outfits.
Exactly.
With those
Exactly.
24 pieces.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
And so at those 24 pieces, once you build it, you have a
Absolutely.
wardrobe, so to speak.
Yeah.
And one thing I might add to that,
Please.
just something I do a little different. So sometimes, we can only afford one pair of shoes when we
Right.
get started. The color to get is English tan. If you get an English tan, you can wear your English tan with your charcoal gray suit instead of the black, and you can definitely wear it with your navy blue. So if you only got the funds to get one pair of shoes, English tan is the color that you want to start
I love
with.
it. I
Yeah.
love it. I absolutely love it. So, who do you prefer to style more, men or women?
Oh man, I only style men.
Okay, yeah.
I for fashion shows
Wait,
sometimes.
your
sorry.
face, the way the face just like one of our
Well, I
producers.
was face
sweet
wasn't
spot.
on there.
No,
Was
it's
it-
on there.
was it on there?
Yeah,
That
our
was sweet
producers
spot.
like, whoa.
That was a sweet spot
Sorry.
for Jermaine. That
Yeah,
was a sweet spot.
you
Look
know-
at beer face right there.
Women, we have so many options. We have so many designers. Everybody is just built different, and we get so picky. And I know even me. I was told when I was modeling, oh, you have really wide shoulders, so I got this shoulder complex. I was told my rib cage is big, so I got this rib cage complex. I was told my legs are too big, so I got this leg complex. So trying to dress me is like, ask my husband. I'm like, does this make this?
I'm married 10 years, so
yeah,
I know.
and it's horrible. and see, who wants to deal with that? See, I don't want to deal with that.
Right.
But a man, on the other hand, I can say, this is what's going to look good on you. Put this on. Trust me. No, just trust me. Put it on. And then come out and tell me what you think.
Right.
And it's like night and day. I don't hear nothing about his shoulders being big, his rib cage, his legs. I don't hear none of that. None of it.
It was what's interesting is for me it's oftentimes opposite. Because men see me and they think I'm going to dress them like
you.
I
Right.
dress.
Yeah.
When they don't understand that I know silhouettes and I know fabrics and I understand. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I understand. I'm looking at you and I do a full assessment on purpose, right? Because I know you're not going to wear what
Right.
Right.
You don't want to show no ankle at all. That's
No.
fine. You don't have to.
Yeah, no,
You don't have to.
no.
That's
That's
not your
not your
style.
look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Yep.
it's interesting. And so I get a lot of pushback up front. And then once I put it on them, they're like, "Wait, whoa! I never thought." I'm like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
bro, I know what I'm doing." You know what I'm saying? It's an amazing thing.
Yep.
Because what you do is you're advertising.
Yep.
You're a billboard.
I love
Yep.
it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You really are.
I love what this is doing.
And maybe you have a business that you need to advertise,
Yes.
right? Maybe you're starting that business and looking for a place to market. Do you have a need to reach out to thousands of people across the world to build your brand or sell your product? If so, get your product placement right here. At the Sphere, we offer a wide variety of content delivery platforms, including, again, iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, Stitcher, Spreaker. Plus, we have a vast demographic reach within the U.S. as well as modern countries across the globe. Our enriched content and inspiring dialogue, coupled with your strategic ad, is surely to hit the mark every time. Now, call us at area code 832-772-7789 or send an email over to advertise@thesphere.tv. Now, let's keep it moving. So, what challenges... And this is for both of you guys. What challenges do you run into regarding the work that you do?
I think sometimes there's challenges on all levels, but I think sometimes as it relates to fashion, because that's what we're kind of focused around, sometimes it's just, again, maybe men having seen something and they think that's going to be appropriate. And a lot of times it's like their pastor at their church. And so, and so we're having to say that that's not the appropriate attire for,
Please no gators.
for, for work or for an interview. We tell them that you want to be less distracting, not distracting.
Big lapel pin.
So
right
yeah, the
trying
big
to wear it to your
flower.
interview.
Yeah,
You're like, what are you doing?
So yeah, so we have to tell them, and then I think that one of the most common questions we get is, "Can I wear a bow tie?" No, you can't wear a bow tie to an interview. No,
we're not in England.
No, you can't wear a bow tie to an interview. Very seldom do I even suggest that once you're working, unless you're working like maybe in fashion or something like that. So I think that's one of the things, and it's a trust thing. A lot of times we have the honor, the privilege, the blessing to give a lot of men their very first suit.
Wow,
they've never had a suit before, and so they put it on, and they do my favorite thing. They say, "The sleeves are too short," and I'm like, "Put your arms down. If you put your arms up, put your arms up." Oh my gosh!
It's physics.
Yeah.
It's
So I think sometimes it's just getting them over the things that they think it's going to fit this way. They think it should fit that way. They think you're going to put them in a skinny suit. They think that and we're dealing with men of all ages. I mean, we're dealing with high schoolers. We're dealing with college age students. We're dealing with men that are in their 50s sometimes.
Right.
And we're dealing with them coming out of all different levels. And so just the trust thing I think sometimes is big with them. And then. Just once we kind of get started, then it's okay. Do you know how to tie a tie? Don't feel bad about it. I mean, I know we're men, and I know we're proud, and we have egos and all that, but we're here to help you. And so those that really allow us to help them, they have such a great experience with career, and they understand nobody's judging them.
Right.
We just want to help you. We want to help you be the man that God intended you to be, that provider for your family and that example in our community.
I think it's cool to see guys who come in who look at Jamay with a side eye, because it's kind of like, wait a minute, it's men's fashion. What do you know about?
Right.
How you gonna style me?
Yeah.
I told you I wanted to come in here and look like LeBron James after the game, the post conference LeBron James,
right.
or Westbrook, and Jamay, it's kind of like, nah, that's not.
It's not what we're doing.
That's not your zone. And so I always am in amazement when she breaks that stuff down, just because I don't think guys come in. I think they come into career gear thinking one thing, and they leave out something totally different. And when they leave out with something totally different, that's the change in how their lives are changed after that.
Yeah, that's dope, man. That's dope. So, John, as a gentleman yourself, what are 5 gentlemanly style elements that are must-have for John Guest 4? Like you gotta have them. John would never, JG4 would never be found without these joints.
JG4. Now, we gotta now. Let's preface this by saying, are we talking about John Guest the 4th going downtown, or are we talking about JG4 going to D-Bar?
Both.
Okay.
Both.
So I would say the 5 things that I would not leave the house without, business-wise.
Okay.
Timepiece.
Yes.
Nice watch.
That's one of my first ones too. A gentleman wears a watch.
Yeah, nice watch.
Yeah.
Always. I keep one.
Your phone is not
and
a
I keep
watch.
one in the car just in case I forget one.
Your phone.
Yes.
I shouldn't
Your
say that.
phone is not a
before I
watch.
drive,
Your
but-
phone is not a watch.
on.
Let me be
Yes.
very clear. Your phone is not a watch.
Yep.
And I mean, look, you don't have to, flex
Break
on
the
them with a
bank,
Rolex
yeah.
or anything
Yeah.
like that. Just a nice watch, nice timepiece.
What brand would you recommend? That's moderately priced. That's a good brand.
Moderately priced.
Fossil.
Fossil is a good one. Marc Jacobs has a nice one. Michael Kors has a nice
Michael
one.
Kors actually is made by Fossil now.
Oh.
That's why
Well,
they
there you go.
exploded.
There you go.
That's why they
There
exploded,
you go.
because
See, I didn't even know that.
they're actually made by Fossil now, and that's why the designs were so amazing. And they,
Yep.
4 years ago, everybody had them. God, dog, what are they doing?
Yep.
But
Yep.
Fossil was the one that
I remember back in the day, Kenneth Cole,
Absolutely.
and DKNY had nice
Absolutely.
watches. Just
Yep.
very simple. Now there are so many new brands now that you really you just
Yeah.
have to do your research.
And you can really get an affordable one that
Absolutely.
that lasts you 3, 4, 5 years.
Absolutely.
For paying $50.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And listen, and this is important too, right? Because nobody really talks about this. Make sure your watches are a 38 case or 42. And what that means is the face on your watch, the size of your watch. Use 48 and 52.
Yeah. For business, no.
Yeah, for business, no.
No.
You don't go to Johnny Dang.
Yeah.
Shout out to Johnny Dang. But
Shout
don't
out
wear
to
the Johnny
Johnny.
Dang watch
Shut some off.
on the interview. Yeah, don't do
Because
that.
I have a few. I have Nixons, I have Diesels, the 51, 5130. But I might wear a sport coat with it because
Yeah.
I'm doing something else, like what I got
Absolutely.
on, what I got on today. But
Yeah.
I'm not going
Yeah, no.
to TSU teaching my students.
Yeah, and
in the
simple.
corporate environment. Look at it. She pulling.
A simple, yeah, good. She bring
Yeah.
a simple bracelet
Absolutely.
watch, right?
Pretty.
A simple bracelet watch or a leather band watch, either brown or black, works. So that's one. A nice tie
Yeah.
is another one. Solid color ties or design ties
Simple patterns.
are very simple. Polka dots are probably my favorite go-to one.
Agreed.
Just very simple. Pocket squares are a necessity for me. I'm a constant carrier of white pocket squares.
Absolutely. Straightforward white.
Straight
Classic.
full white. It's a classic, clean look.
Goes with any jacket.
Any jacket, any occasion. Until you kind of get your druthers of where you are in your suit and style game, can you feel comfortable about jumping in the handkerchiefs and pocket squares in the different ways you can style them? But for the most part, for business, it is a straight white pocket square folded in a square, with the straight line across. So that would be 3. Shoes for me are awesome and simple. Oxford, regular pair of Oxford shoes.
Cap toe Oxford.
Cap
Never go
toe
wrong.
Oxford.
Never go wrong.
Never go wrong.
Jeans, suits.
Yeah.
I mean, everything to make it work every way.
And
You know what you're doing, cargos.
Yeah.
yeah.
If you know what you're doing.
for
Yeah,
real,
if you
for
know
real.
what you're doing. And for me, socks.
Yes.
I'm a huge sock guy.
I am too.
And your style can be as plain or as well. I think even more CEOs are taking kind of risks with their sock game. So those are probably
socks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Or no shows.
Yeah, or no shows.
or no
Yes,
shows,
no
definitely,
shows.
or no
Yes,
shows,
no shows.
definitely. Yeah, no
still a
shows.
sock.
That doesn't mean, fellas, when you're wearing your loafers, be barefoot.
Yeah.
It just means
Please, that's not a gentleman.
it just
Gentlemen
means
wear
by no
socks.
socks.
No
And,
shoes.
and plus, your lady gonna be happier when you come home. Pull
Then
your
take
feet.
off your shoes.
Absolutely.
Lord have mercy.
Because otherwise, it's gonna smell like who did it
Yes.
and what for.
And we know who did it.
Right.
And we know how you did it. And we're going to ask that
Absolutely.
you wear these no-shows next time.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Because the things that you mentioned, you don't have to break the bank on.
No, you
No.
don't.
You don't have to break the bank on.
And you
it.
would be surprised. It's just those simple things that
Yeah.
will make people believe. Oh, he has a sense of fashion.
He has a sense of fashion. Sometimes they make you think, oh, he got money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that too.
You know, and maybe you do have money, but you don't know how to manage it. Well, I got a solution for you.
Oh.
They are the people that will help you do that. Are sponsoring this show, and that is the Houston Housewives of Finance. Did you know that only 4 states in the U.S. offer financial education? 33% or more than 77 million Americans don't pay their bills on time. 39% of Americans carry credit card debt from month to month, and 39% of adults say they don't have enough savings. Please do not become one of these statistics. Let Houston Housewives of Finance advise you on increasing your cash flow and becoming your own money manager by scheduling your complimentary personal financial strategy. Contact Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463 or email us at info@houstonhousewivesoffinance.com. Ask how you can participate in a complimentary, that means free, financial literacy workshop near you. Houston Housewives of Finance are the new faces of the new age of financial services. So, Jamay,
Yes.
who are your male style icons, if any? Give me 3.
My father.
Pops. Green
my
velvet
father.
jacket. Absolutely.
Green velvet jacket, and then just that, undying, gets something and wears it literally until the threads fall apart. And I just appreciate that. I appreciate the fact that he can still put on a 2-piece, warm-up Adidas sweatsuit and just be dad.
Be
and
Pops.
it's like, and he's the only one that can do it and look cool, in my opinion. So I thank him. I think my husband more and more is becoming one of my fashion icons because he allows me to kind of kindle him. Yeah.
Guide him a bit.
And then every now and then there's a day when, I don't get to lay out his clothes. And then when I see him walking, I'm like, damn, I've taught you well and you look great. So I think he's definitely becoming one. And then I don't really have a lot of celebrities. I'm all about the whole James Bond look. I think that classic,
absolutely.
Midnight blue tuxedo is definitely there. But I would have to honestly say my 20-year-old Marine. So shout out to my son Desmond.
Wow.
But he has always just kind of worn what Desmond wears. And I've just so appreciated that. I think the thing for me with fashion and style is like, you do you. And that's what he's done always. I mean, never with a trend, never was like, Mom, I need these J's. Never came to me with needing something that everybody was wearing.
Right.
But was just always, this is what I'm gonna wear and this is me. And, it's too cute when he wants to wear his little Hawaiian print shirts. I'm like, nobody wears a Hawaiian print shirt at 20 years old except for my son.
Right.
So I think he would be one. And then, that classic James Bond thing is always going to happen.
Yeah. That's always good, man.
Yeah.
So what's next for Career Gear?
Wow. So Career Gear has an amazing mentor program that we're just getting ready to launch. And I'm going to officially ask.
You don't have to. Done.
Yes.
Done.
Because this program is going to be called Power Suits. And what we're really going to focus on is making sure that our clients, as they are in between having come into Career Gear and going to interviews and finding that job, have men that can encourage them. What we see sometimes, they just get discouraged. They get a couple no's and they're trying to figure out why. And having powerful men that can help them understand the desire, the push, where that comes from to keep going, that have been successful themselves, I think will really make a difference for them. So the Power Suits is going to be a corporate men's guild, but we're also going to have just some really fun events that we do with all the Power Suits members. So we've gotten some pretty amazing sponsors sign on. The boardroom is going to host the Power Suits men. Yeah. And there's nothing more manly and gentleman-like than the boardroom, by the way.
So dope.
Yeah. So they're
dope.
going to do a thing. We're going to do a big annual fashion show in
Which location?
The Galleria.
Galleria? Okay.
So we're going to do a big annual fashion show and gala every September, specifically for Power Suits. We're going to be able to share all the power that these men have brought to our program and to the lives of the clients that we serve. We're going to do a mentoring day, just where it's come out, connect with your mentor, and engage with them. And we're just gonna make sure that these men have other powerful men that are cheering them on, that our youth have other men, especially if they don't have that father or male moral model in their life, that they have that one and it's real simple. It's a 15-minute power call every week. 15 minutes of your time where you just get on the phone with your mentee and say, hey, how's the job search going? Or, oh, you got the job, great.
Right. Let's talk about next
steps.
Let's
talk about what next steps are. What's the next promotion? How's that looking? Simple things like work-life balance. I love the financial women house. That's just amazing because it's so important. So financial literacy, anything they can help with, and that, and just being able to mentor these men as they're coming up, and really just being a voice, where they know they can call you. You're not bothering them, or they're not bothering you, and you can just help them walk through that journey and wherever it goes. Yeah. So that's one of the big things we have launching. Suits. Yeah, Power Suits.
I love that.
Power Suits. So that'll be launching in September.
Okay.
So men who are interested in joining and becoming mentors, you can go onto our website and just submit an info, careergearhouston.org. And just say, hey, I want to be a part of Power Suits, and we'll get you signed up for that. We're going to do a launch again in September, and it'll be like a little social evening. So we'll be able to make sure that you dressed as a power suit that night, put your power suit on, show your style. But that's what we'll have going on next, and it's a pretty big launch. We're really excited about it. I think it's really going to be different, just a different way of mentoring that a lot of other organizations maybe aren't looking to do with their adult male clients as well as our youth and young adults.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is amazing.
Yeah.
I love that idea.
Yep.
I love that idea.
Thank you.
Man, listen, make sure you connect with Career Gear. How can people get a hold with the organization?
Sure. So they can go on to any of our social media. So on Facebook, we're Career Gear Greater Houston. We have a Facebook page. We also have a private group on there that if you just ask to join, we can get you in there. Then you get a little bit more in-depth details and updates. Instagram and Twitter, Career Gear HOU. So Career Gear HOU, like short for Houston. Mm-hmm. And then they can go onto our website, careergearhouston.org. Make sure you add Houston in, because if you don't add Houston, you get Career Gear New York, and you don't want Career Gear New York. You want Career Gear Houston, because Houston is the biggest career gear now. We have surpassed our parent company, serving over 2,500 men every year. Wow. So we are the biggest career gear, the only one that's doing a lot of the programs and running what we have going, and by far really making a difference here. So
that's amazing.
And listen, that doesn't happen without the leadership that's in place right now. And as a duty as a board member, I would say it also doesn't happen without your donation to Career Gear. Sure. And those various options are on the website as well. And all of the ways you can connect with us as well.
And that's what a gentleman, we talked about it, gives back.
Pays it forward.
A gentleman pays, literally pay, P-A-Y, pay.
Right.
Paga.
Dollars.
En español paga. La palabra es paga, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, now, so pay, you hear me? Pay it forward. Contact Career Gear Houston and let them know that you are ready to serve as they serve those who have served and are serving, whether they're saved their time, whether they serve the country, whether they're currently serving their family. Listen, we all can serve each other.
Exactly.
We all can serve each other. We should serve each other.
What we're here to do.
Yeah. So real quick before we go, I want to talk about this thing that's really popular right now. You know, we're in the middle. We're in the middle of a spring. We're ending spring rather.
Yeah, summer.
About to jump into summer in the next few weeks officially. Even though in Houston it's already summer.
It's already summer. Yeah.
98
What do you mean
degrees.
summer? Summer ain't started yet? What you talking about?
No, well, technically no, it hasn't. You know, June 22nd, 21st, 22nd, it kind of differs. But as soon as it gets hot, what do you see on all the flyers? All white fairs,
parties.
white
parties,
all
jackets.
white this, white that, white. And
Yes.
sometimes white ain't right. I tell you,
No.
it can be really wrong, right?
Yes, it can.
How though? And people don't really understand it and know how it can be wrong. Well, a couple of must knows that I think a lot of our clients need to understand. Not clients, Lord have mercy. I'm in stylists. Our listeners and viewers need to understand, right?
Potential clients.
Yeah, potential clients. And one thing is, white visually adds size.
Yes.
It makes you look bigger.
Your white has to be small.
Yeah. It makes you look bigger. So if you are a giant gent, you know, you might want to think about how you can break up the white in some sort of way.
Yeah.
Especially if you have larger feet. You know, white shoes make your foot look so big. I wear 13, so I don't have a small foot.
Let's just not do white shoes unless it's like a tennis shoe.
Oh yeah,
how about that?
Yeah.
I mean,
I agree. We're gonna get there. I agree. But
Yeah.
some guys is just hard headed. We know. We understand it. We know. And
Yeah.
they'll come in with the white loafer. You know.
Yeah.
Man, please
It's
let
like,
white loafer.
And the only white woman, I'm sorry, not white woman, but the only woman I've ever seen wear white shoes is Olivia Pope, and she did it.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Right.
The way she did it, she just did it. But if you're not Olivia, I don't know. I don't know about the white women dress shoes.
Right.
I don't know.
Please have a barrier for
I feel you.
for me.
Yes.
I just don't think that they should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed. They need to RP it for real.
Yeah.
Another thing you got to understand about white is white makes every other color bold.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Right? You know, it doesn't make it pop. It makes it bold. It makes
yes.
it huge. It makes it noticeable. So
Right.
be careful when you're wearing, you know, I agree that, you know, sometimes you want to break up the white. But again, if you're a giant gent and you don't want to call attention to, you know, a larger part of yourself, your stomach or something, don't wear a red shirt under the
Yes.
white.
Or pink.
Yeah, don't wear it. You know, it may look good in terms of the colors may match, but you're
Yeah.
on your body. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It doesn't work. And as such, all white can be overwhelming.
Yes.
It can be really overwhelming and it's stressful because you got to keep that juggle clean.
You gotta keep
Oh my
clean.
goodness. And I'm a sucker for white pants.
Yeah.
I love my white
Yeah, I
pants
do
during
too.
the summer, but I go through probably like 3 pair every
Yeah.
summer because it attracts anything.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
anything
it just
and
doesn't
everything.
matter. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yep.
And white, and this is what I have to say this. guys, white requires specific underclothes.
Yes, it does.
I am a t-shirt and or wife beater proponent. I agree that because it helps stuff lay flat. It actually keeps you cooler.
Yes.
But if you're wearing a white shirt, don't wear a white wife beater. Yeah. If you're wearing white pants, do not wear colored underwear. Wear black or gray. Yes. Because it will show through. Yes. It will show through. It will show through. Yes. And let's kind of talk about some ways to stand out at the all white affair. Number one, here at G is for Gentlemen, we always talk about FOF, focus on fit. Focus on fit. Because of the things I just read off to you, so you got to make sure your fit is okay. You see what I'm saying? So put the use to your tailor. You find you a tailor. That's good. Yes. Ask around. Go holler at Career Gear. They'll let you know what.
Shout out to Fab again.
Yes. Fab will fix you.
Because I'm a tall gent. What'd you call a gigantic gent?
Yeah, giant gent.
Giant G. That's me. Shout out to Fab.
You keep that fit right, man. It's okay to show some ankle in white, especially because white is fun.
Yes.
White is fun. It's not. You're not going to wear white to work.
No.
You're not going to wear all white to work.
No.
Unless you're a car salesman in Miami or something.
Huge.
You know what I'm saying?
We are not going to wear white.
No, you're not going to wear white to work.
Dress shirt. That's it.
Not even on casual Friday. Don't do it.
No,
don't do it.
Not appropriate.
Stop.
No. So it's okay to show some ankle because showing ankle is fun. And when you go into these white affairs, in these white parties, it's about fun.
Yes.
It's about fun. It's okay to show some ankle, and you'll stand out, right?
Yes.
Add color in a singular way. Don't go crazy.
Accessorize.
Accessorize with a pocket square.
Yeah.
Accessorize with a nice shirt, right?
Yes.
Or some glasses or something.
A white shirt. Simple polka dot, pink polka dot.
Right.
That's one of my favorites.
Don't go crazy.
No.
Don't jump out the window.
Just a little bit.
Absolutely.
Be
easy. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Your shoe is a great way to accessorize.
Yes.
You got to be smart with it.
Light color shoe.
Yeah. A light colored plim sole sneaker or simple silhouette sneaker that'll look phenomenal with it, right?
Yep.
Don't over accessorize again. Here's another one. Keep your metals consistent and your leathers consistent.
Yeah.
Right?
That's a good one.
Look at Jamay's face.
That's a good one.
Keep your leathers and your metals consistent. If you're gonna wear a light tanned brown, make sure the belt is that. Make sure the shoe is that. Make sure the watch is that.
Yes.
That is.
Yes.
If your wedding ring is silver, make sure that the casing of your watch is the same thing and your belt buckle is.
Yes.
If you happen
small details,
especially because it's gonna pop on all white.
Exactly.
It's gonna be a lot more noticeable.
Yep.
And fabrics. Lastly, right? Linen. For me, it's a no for the modern gent for linen, all white linen. And the reason why I say it is because of the wrinkling. The wrinkling for the modern gent.
It's occasional.
Yeah, it's an
occasion fabric. Linen is a vacation fabric. It's not a day in, day out.
No,
we're going to the white party. No,
it's not.
And unfortunately, so many times we think white, we think linen. That's the first thing you go
to.
White, white linen. That's what you want. No.
But if you just must have it, get you some linen blend. It's still very cool.
Yes.
It's still very
cotton
cool.
Drillino is my favorite linen blend.
Absolutely.
Yes.
100% cotton can work as well, but it kind of holds some heat.
Yes.
But it's crisp, but it wrinkles a lot.
Yeah.
It wrinkles a lot.
Yep.
But what you want to get is moisture wicking fabric, whatever kind of moisture wicking fabric, and what that really means is, that's the fabric that we use in athletics to pull the moisture off of your body, so that you don't feel sticky, and it keeps you cool. Right. It pulls it off. It's kind of like a diaper, so to speak. Right. And so make sure that in your all white moisture wicking, because we're wearing them in the sun. We're at day parties. We're on boats. It's hot.
And I'll even throw in a JG secret. I'm gonna give y'all a game for free. When you go to these all white parties, another way to stand out that I don't think it's used a lot, but it's in my wardrobe, seersucker.
I was just about to say that. I was just about to say, what is your opinion on the seersucker?
It is.
I have 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have a seersucker suit.
Have 4?
Yeah. It is.
Two seersucker sport coats.
Yeah. It's
that type of fabric.
I'm rebellious. We in Houston. So I wear seersucker. I wear it in November. I ain't tripping.
Exactly.
I don't care.
Exactly.
Yeah. No. So a lot of times when you want to be different at an all white party, go with seersucker.
Absolutely.
Your classic white and blue seersucker suit works.
And white on white tones.
White on white tones. Absolutely. You can
I'm
color block with tones. Absolutely.
Yes, exactly. White on white tones and white on white fabric textures.
Absolutely. Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Fabric textures are
Agreed.
important.
Agreed. Listen, this has been an extremely fun. I know it was a little longer than most, but I had a great time hearing about.
Can I just say one more thing?
For sure.
This has nothing to do with the fashion talk. It's just about you right now.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you, the people who advertise with the Sphere, when you advertise for G for Gentlemen, you are going to get your money's worth. Let me tell you. I see this brother pick up the card, and I'm still not ready for it. And he segues his way right into it. So I commend you on that.
Appreciate
brother. You're
it,
a great
man.
host.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much. You guys were phenomenal. Let the folks know how they can get in touch with you or follow you real quick before we get out of here.
Sure. So personally, Jamay Fish, JAMAFISHCO. That's where you'll see post and my gentleman list of a gentleman wears sunglasses.
Hey.
Ouch. Yes.
I love that.
A gentleman wears sunglasses. It's just one of those gentleman things.
Yeah.
Pair of sunglasses. And then you can also get Career Gear HOU on Twitter, Instagram, careergearhouston.org on the World Wide Web.
Yep. John, how can they holler at you, man?
That's where they can find me at the Career Gear Instagram that she just shouted out, and also at John Guest 4. That's my Twitter handle. Don't holler at me on Facebook if I don't know you.
Because you're not getting approved. Too many powerful contacts on that Facebook.
You will be denied. You will be denied access. Yes, you will.
Absolutely. And you guys know who it is. This is your man, Kalen Loss, a.k.a. Senior Wapo. Follow me. Go to my website. By the time this airs, my post will be up where we talk more about the all white affair and how to intelligently wear your all white.
Yes.
We'll see you guys next time. Remember, you can keep it gangster or you can keep it gentlemanly, but you always must keep it G. See you next time.